Good day. Welcome to Mayor King's TV News. I am Matsu Opamitorishe and here are the headlines. Police arrest man for murder of commercial motorcyclist in Delta. The Shakiri Group insists on justice and equity for peers in Warri. Federal government adopts uniform prices for housing units. Lionel Messi extends Inter Miami contract through 2028. Now the news in details. The Delta State Police Command has recorded fresh successes on its campaign against violent crimes with the arrest of suspects linked to the murder of a commercial motorcyclist and cult-related activities. Operatives attached to Agbo Division arrested a key suspect involved in the adoption and murder of a commercial motorcyclist in Agbo, Ika South Local Council. Public Relations Officer of the command, Brighter Dafe, confirmed the arrest in a statement saying the suspect was apprehended after the victim's phone, a Techno T101 handset, was recovered from him. Upon interrogation, the suspect confessed that he, one Manu Usman, now at large, had boarded the victim's motorcycle under the pretense of being passengers, but lured him into the bush along power line near Oki, Agbo. A magistrate court in Kuje, Abuja on Friday granted bail to publisher and activist Omoyele Sowore Aloy Ejimako, a member of the legal team representing the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, the IBOB leader's brother, Emmanuel Kanu, and 10 others, in the sum of 500,000 each with 2 shetties in like sum. It was reported that all 13 defendants were arrested and arraigned before the court for allegedly inciting public disturbance and breach of peace in connection with the Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest held in Abuja on Monday, October 20th. While Ejimako, Emmanuel Kanu, and other 10 defendants were arrested during the protest and later remanded at the Kuje Correctional Facility, Sowore was apprehended on October 23rd at the premises of the Federal High Court in Abuja, where he was gone to show solidarity with Kanu during his ongoing terrorism trial. In what has been described as a landmark moment for education and digital innovation in Delta State, the Commissioner for Technical Education, Honorable Smart Ufo, has commended the renewed Open Initiative RHI of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and the National Information Technology Development for establishing a state-of-art ICT center at the Delta Model Technical College, Asaba. Addressing newsmen on Thursday, October 23, 2025, shortly after the commissioning ceremony, which formed part of a national virtual launch connecting 10 newly completed digital learning centers across Nigeria, Honorable Ufo expressed profound gratitude to the federal government for selecting Delta as one of the beneficiary states. The commissioner, visibly elated, described the center as a life-changing project that will bridge the technological gap among students, enhance innovation, and position Delta youths for global. The Shakiri Progress Club (IPC) has reacted to an appeal by the Urhobo Renaissance Society (URS) for a brokered peace among traditional rulers in Warri, Delta State, insisting that genuine peace can only be achieved on the foundation of justice, equity, and respect for established territorial boundaries. In a statement by its chairman, Dr. Tosan Popo, and secretary, Mr. Godwin Oris Okotie, the IPC commended the URS peace initiative but maintained that peace efforts must be guided by truth and legality. Recalling that Warri has been recently plagued in scuffles between the Ishakiris and Ijors, on one hand, Ishakiris and Urhobos on the other, owing to territorial claims, and by now controversial delineation of wards in Warri Federal Constituency by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Now on the entertainment news. Former US President Barack Obama has paid tribute to legendary Afrobeat artist Fela Anikulapo Kuti, describing him as a unique figure in musical history who mixed art with activism. It described Fela as a musical genius from Nigeria who fused junk, jazz, and soul into what became known as nationwide Afrobeat. Obama said this in a video posted on his social media accounts on Wednesday night, where he urged fans to listen to a podcast series dedicated to the story of Fela. The podcast features over 200 interviews, including Fela's family members, friends, scholars, and notable artists like Burna Boy, Paul McCartney, and Questlove. It explores Fela's life from childhood to his transformation into Pan-Africanist freedom fighter in 1969 Los Angeles. Now on the business news. The federal government has announced a uniform price for all houses under the renewed housing program. The government yesterday stated that the prices across the country now stand at 8.5 million naira for a one-bedroom semi-detached bungalow, 11.5 million naira for a two-bedroom semi-detached bungalow, and 12.5 million naira for a three-bedroom semi-detached bungalow. The adoption of uniform selling prices aimed at promoting affordability, transparency, and fairness. Also, it will ensure that Nigerians across all regions have equal opportunities to benefit from the renewed Hope Housing program. Minister of Housing and Urban Development Ahmed Dangiwa said the priority in the allocation of the housing units will be given to low and middle income earners, civil servants at all levels of government, employees in the middle organized private sector with verifiable sources of income, and Nigerians in the diaspora who wish to own homes in the country. Now on the foreign news. US President Donald Trump has announced an immediate end to all trade negotiations with Canada over an advert critical of the tariffs he has imposed on the nation. The advert, sponsored by the government of Canada Province, Ontario, quoted Trump's predecessor, Ronald Reagan, an icon of US conservatism, saying tariffs hurt every American. Trump wrote on social media that the advert was fake and irrigorous, adding that trade talks were hereby terminated. His administration has imposed a 35% levy on many Canadian imports, as well as individual tariffs targeting particular industries like car and steel manufacturing. Trump has allowed exemptions for goods that fall under a free trade agreement with Mexico and Canada that he negotiated during his first term. But Canada Prime Minister Mark Carney has since his election earlier this year attempted to strike a deal that will ease the US tariffs. This is complicated by Ontario Premier Doug Ford, which is one of the most vocal critics of the taxes levied on the US firms buying Canadian products. Now on the sports news. Lionel Messi's chapter with Inter Miami CF will continue as the club announced on Thursday that the iconic forward has signed a contract extension through 2028. The eight-time Ballon d'Or winner and Argentine superstar was previously under contract through the 2025 season. This year, Messi won the Golden Boot presented by Audi with 29 goals and 19 assists. His 48 goal contributions were one off single-season record held at LFFC icon Carlos Vela, and those efforts leave Messi poised to become the first back-to-back London Donovan MLS MVP. The Argentine superstar new contract will see him remain with the Inter through the end of the 2028 season, sources with knowledge of the deal confirmed to AFP. Now a recap on our headlines. Police arrests man for murder of commercial motorcyclist in Delta. The Shakiri Group insists on justice and equity for peace in Warri. Federal government adopts uniform prices for housing units. Lionel Messi extends Inter Miami contract through 2028. That's the news as edited by Timiola Emanuela. I am Matu Okbemitorishe. Thanks for watching.